freshen up and then let's get this show on the road. It's me, coming at you live from my storage room. And today, the reason I'm here is because I hate my sister or my family hearing me record, and I haven't had a chance to be home alone. And I thought to myself, why not just fucking go to the storage room, you know? Like, I don't think they can hear me inside. It wouldn't really matter because my sister's asleep anyway. But yeah, and I thought to myself, I didn't really want to do my makeup. I've been in a little bit of a funk lately, so I didn't want to do my makeup. I didn't want to do really anything, and I didn't want to make another I hate everything because I need to talk about this, and I know it's been talked about before. It's not a new thing, and I probably will just sound like a broken record to about anyone because, again, it's been spoken about so much before, and like, I think the exact same words that I'm going to say have been spoken by someone else, but I needed to get it off my chest. So that's why we're going to talk about my coming out story. And now the reason that this became a thing was because I was at a party a few days ago, and a girl there who I knew in my childhood said something that I hadn't really thought about because I'm me. But basically, backstory. I come from a very small town, and I come from a very judgmental town, and I wouldn't even say that it's like a classical, like, I wouldn't say it's a classical, like, oh, you come from a small town and then you move to a bigger city and it was fine. It's not like that, because as I've said in past videos, the country where I'm from, if you do anything that's like out of the ordinary, you're seen as the weird one, or like you get picked on a fuck ton. And I know that, like, if people were to know where I came from, then they would be like, it's not that bad, but it is pretty bad. Like, race, sexuality, anything that has to do with being different, you're being picked on. So I come from a pretty small town, and in I don't even remember when I really came out to my parents, but I came out to my friends and things at school pretty early. I'm bisexual, and I came out as bisexual probably 6th, 7th grade. Again, it is pretty early, but I was pretty confident in myself. But, like, the thing is that I didn't realize that, like, because I spent a long time trying to find out if I just like girls or if I just like guys, because the thing is, I didn't realize that bisexuality was a thing until I met my other, I think she's bisexual, or she's pan, I'm not sure, I think she's either pan or bi, but I met her, and she was like, there are more options, you dumbass. And I said, oh my god, what? So I researched a little bit, and I came to the conclusion that I was bisexual, and that felt right, and I felt really comfortable with that label. But I came out, and I had some good reactions, some bad reactions. Most people just, like, I remember I had a really good friend, and I've spoken about this, not on my channel, but I was in school for video editing and stuff like that, and I said it in a video there that she was kind of homophobic, but not in like an open way. Like, it was more like after I came out, she didn't want to be one-on-one with me, she didn't want to hug me, and she seemed really uncomfortable around me, is the best way I can describe it. And I was kind of labeled, because as soon as you're different, and I was different from like a really early age, I was labeled as kind of like slutty and like weird and what the fuck ever. So I was kind of bullied a lot because of that, and then that didn't get any better as I came out. And the thing that my friend said that made me want to make this video was that she said that I was really brave to come out when I did. And I would agree. Because, well, I was already being picked on. So in my mind, it was like, or picked on, bullied, whatever. In my mind, it didn't really matter if I came out or not. Because, like, in my brain, it was like, if I come out now and just live as I want to or whatever, then I can do that and still be picked on. Like, it didn't really matter. Like, I would be picked on either way, so why not just fucking live my truth or whatever. I don't remember if it was before I came out or what it was, but a girl messaged me on Kik. And if you don't know what Kik is, I feel really, like, good for you. You should never know what it is, because it's an awful place for pedophiles and weird people to be on. But a girl messaged me on Kik from my town, and she basically sent me a link to a porn video with two girls making out or whatever. I don't really remember what it was. And she said, I want to do this with you. And I was like, what? And I was like, of course I was young, and I was like, I was like, I don't want to have sex with anyone, like, but I want to make out with, like, I want to kiss a girl, you know, so I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, blah, 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 and we planned to meet up around our school area, because that was the easiest place for me to go. I didn't end up going, because something inside of me was like, no, Spook, don't go there, please don't. In my, like, 13-year-old mind, or whatever age I was like, maybe not. And I found out later that she had planned with another guy that they were going to beat me up because I liked girls. And I hated it. And I don't even understand how I was brave enough. I don't know. Because the thing is that I wouldn't say my family is homophobic, but they're pretty casually homophobic. Like, I don't know how to explain it, and every time I bring it up, like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. They're just a little bit on the, like, I don't know, the rough side. I don't know how to explain it. So every time I kind of bring up, like, hey, don't say shit like that, they're just like, oh, you're so sensitive, you fucking snowflake, whatever. So I've stopped. But some family members used to use the fact that I like women against me. Like, I remember I had a family member who, before I came out, and before I even really hinted at anything with liking girls, they texted my friend and said, Spooky has a crush on you. I'm like in love with you. And of course that made my friend really uncomfortable. And when I called and was like, it was my family member, I can't, like, I'm sorry, it was my family member, I'm not in love with you. Of course, like, you know how if you, like, said to a crush or something that you like them, and then they were like, oh, I don't like you, and then they were like, that was my friend, they took my phone, you know, whatever. It felt like that, but, like, obviously they didn't, like, believe me. I just want to say quickly that this family member has also made it kind of like their fucking life mission to be like, anything I do is, like, gay. Like, but not gay, like, I'm gonna say a word that I don't like, dyke. Like, for example, my glasses, they would be like, oh, are you wearing those because you're a dyke? Oh, you look like a gay lesbian today, or like shit like that. And just like unnecessary things. Like, even like if I wanted to get my hair cut short, they're just like, oh, because you're like a fucking dyke. And it's like, maybe I just don't like long hair. Have you ever thought about that? Like, and things that I used to do, that I still do, are now gay because that makes sense, am I right? And I encountered that I felt like I made a lot of my female friends uncomfortable because I was bisexual. And that they didn't really want to hang out with me and like have me over for sleepovers anymore. I thought that was a hand. I'm so tired. Oh my god. And like I felt like I was, making them uncomfortable, and like everything I did was like fucking awful and what the fuck ever. And every time I talk about it now, I don't like it. Obviously, like I wasn't beat up or anything. Like I need that to be prefaced. But I have still now, because of this happening, like I can't, like I need people to tell, like girls specifically, I need them to tell me first that they like me in a romantic way. And I don't want to make any moves on anyone because I'm so scared that they're going to see me as this creepy fucking, I don't know how to explain it. If you've ever had this and you're LGBTQ, please tell me, but you feel like a fucking creep. Like you feel like you're kind of a predator. I don't know how to explain it. And I feel that way, especially like in later years after I started drinking, obviously, because it's been almost 2 years since I was able to drink, like start drinking where I'm from. And like, obviously I've been to parties and girls kissing girls, and I'm always so scared that I'm going to misinterpret something, and then the next day they're going to come up to me and be like, you made me so uncomfortable, you're such a creep, I feel like you sexually assault. Like, even if I didn't do anything, like I feel like that's going to happen, even though that's like, again, like I don't do anything, and I always ask if I can kiss whoever I am kissing, and if they say no, then I back off. But still, it's like I feel like such a fucking predator, because that's kind of what like I've always been. And I know like at least fucking 5 people. Like I can tell, like more people have come out in my town after I came out, but that was like long after. It's more accepted now, and I wish I had waited, because it really fucks you up. Not like, obviously, like I still have a house, I still have a home, I still have like family, and I still have friends, but like even some of the friends I have now, where I point out the way they acted when I first came out, they're like, yeah, but it was a different time, I was different then. And I was like, yeah, but why can't you apologize for how you treated me? Because it still sticks to this day, and obviously it's something I need to work on, and I know that. But all of this kind of accumulated. I think a lot of it had to do with bullying as well, but I'm so proud of myself now. Like I've always been really secure in my sexuality, and like me being bisexual, and like it's fine, and I love it now. And like I've been to Pride many times because I needed to be proud with someone else. But I think like all of this has just like accumulated into me just wanting to get the fuck away from where I live. Like I've said it many times with my family, like when I'm moving as far away from like where I'm from as possible. Like I'm moving, I really actually want to move to England, but I don't know if I will. I need to sort that out, but like I just want to move as far away from here as possible. And like I don't know, I don't like it here. I've never liked it here. It was the worst place to grow up for me personally. And it, like bullying also, like it got so bad and this might sound weird, but I'll go into detail about it some other time. I can't be arsed to do it now. But it got so bad that I had to change my name because it reminds me too much of like what happened in my town, and like that's just, I just had to get that off my shoulders. Anyway, as soon as I get the fuck out of this place and start living better, I'm sure I'll be fine. But my story isn't over yet. So if you are struggling with your sexuality and you are like if you are in a situation where it isn't safe, don't do it. Wait until you can move. Wait until you can cut off the fucking toxic family that you have, if you have any, or like just wait, because like as I said, like being open and yourself is so much better when you aren't in the limelight for the wrong reasons, you know, if that makes sense. And it gets better, I think. Like, it hasn't for me, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen for you, you know? I don't think I work hard enough for it to get better for me yet, anyway. Yeah. If you aren't safe, then don't come out. If you are safe, I guarantee you will like yourself so much better if you just do it. Just come out. It's scary, but it's so worth it for you to be your authentic self. If that makes sense. I hope it made sense. This is probably going to be one of my worst videos because I haven't been feeling it the last few days, and I needed to record something, and I wanted to speak about this. So again, if this is a bad video, then fine, I'll come out with a better one on Sunday. Yeah, I'm just been a little bit of a funk. It has nothing to do with YouTube, but it has more to do with me, and it's okay to have funky days. They're allowed. Okay? If you have a funky day, or if you're in a funk, it's gonna be okay. This too shall pass. I'm gonna stop talking now, because I'm cold. It wasn't that hot in here. It's usually warmer. I don't know why it isn't. Also, I'm wearing my mother's Crocs. Can you see them? Very lovely, very lovely. I'm gonna go edit this now. Where's the key? Oh no, did I lose the key? I had a key. I had the key. I need that. Oh, I found the key. Never mind.